All right, folks, so today is the day we got a box in the mail. So here is this box that came in the mail. Wonder what could be in this box. Take a guess. Leave a guess down in the comments what you guys might think is in this box. Just kidding, you probably already know from the title. But here it is. It is a brand new excavator thumb for my little Kubota u17. Pretty excited about this. It is a AMULET thumb, however you say that. Amulet Power Brute. Alright guys, so here is the thumb. We do have to do some welding. We have to weld it to the boom on the Kubota. So we'll set it right there. The first thing I gotta do is I gotta curl my bucket up, and we gotta lay the arm down too. So that way we can set this on the boom and figure out where exactly we're gonna put it at. Now I took a piece of wood and put it in between the bucket and the thumb. The reason I put the piece of wood in between the bucket and the thumb is because your thumb hits here on your bucket, and I want to leave a little bit of room so that way it's not rubbing whenever I'm curling my bucket in and out. So this is gonna just be my spacer while I get everything lined up where I want it and get it kind of somewhat all tacked in place. So let's go ahead and curl our bucket in, and let's see what it's looking like. So we got this thumb kind of laying in here how we want it. You want to kind of lay your arm down, your boom down on your mini excavator. If you guys have a u17, I'm sure the process is pretty much similar with anything else. But that way, say you want to curl your bucket and lay your arm down so you can set your thumb on here and kind of get it where you want it. So you want to make sure you got your bucket all the way curled up so you're not hitting off of your bucket itself, so your thumb's not hitting before you start welding things into place here. So on this specific thumb here, you got this spot up here, you got to weld all up this half circle piece is what we're going to call it. And it's got two little notch out pieces here on both sides, one directly across from it. You got to weld those too. You got to weld that whole piece solid down through there. And you also got another piece like this right here down here on the bottom, but you can't see it right now. So we're going to have to get this middle tacked up here. As soon as I get this, I'm going to take a marker or something, or a pen, or not a pen, but like a Sharpie, and just mark this spot there. Then we'll take this off, and we'll kind of take we'll take a grinder or a wire wheel or something and get this paint off of here. Same thing for up here, and same thing for down here at the bottom. Okay guys and gals, we have tack welded the thumb on the mini hoe, and then we have studded up and test fitted it. Just curled the bucket out and see how everything's looking, and I really like the way things are looking, so I'm pretty happy with it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and weld it the rest of the way up. I've got to weld it right here all the way up both sides, and then at the very top there's a spot there I got to weld, and then there's a spot down below there too I got to weld. So we'll go ahead and get this welded up, and then we'll see if we can get some hoses made up for this thing. Okay, so here we are about 3 or 4 weeks later now. I have the thumb all hooked up and usable, so I got it all welded up. It's welded there, and also down there at the bottom of the stick, but there's a bunch of mud there so you can't see. And I got my hoses ran here. I believe these are 1/2-inch hoses. We got this one kind of running behind the cylinder for the bucket, and it fits in there nicely. It doesn't get smashed or anything like that. We did go ahead and put a hose guard on there, and I put some quick couplers so that way I can just pop this thumb off there real quick if I want to or need to. So the Kubota U17 doesn't come with like pressure relief valves built into your auxiliary hydraulic lines for some reason. Now I'm not really sure what the deal is for that, but I talked to my Kubota dealership and they didn't know nothing about it, so they couldn't really tell me anything. So I got the hoses at the Kubota dealership. I had them hook those up where they just made them while I was there, and we hooked it up and we got the thumb working, and it seemed to work all right. So I took it home and started using it and trying it out. I didn't rent it out because the bucket wouldn't push back this thumb, so I knew I needed something in there so nobody like bent it or anything. I would use a thumb, but I tried to be real careful with it, and I almost tore the thumb up actually. Right there, that piece of angle, you can see it's a little bit bent, kind of bowed right there. That was straight. I bent that. I was picking up a big rock, and this thumb, it didn't have any give to it at all. So every time I rented my machine out, I would take this thumb off here real quick. All I had to do is pull that pin, this pin down here, and these quick couplers. So I ended up calling a local hydraulic shop, or he wasn't real local, he was about 45 minutes away, and I asked him if he could add some pressure relief valves in the auxiliary hydraulic lines. So I took it up there and we'll show you what he added here. Okay, so under my floorboard here, we'll see if I can show you guys what the hydraulic man added. He added the pressure relief valve right there. You guys can see what I'm pointing to. And you come in here on the other side, he added another one right there. And he ran the lines to where they would feed back into my hydraulic tank. So he teed into that right there. That runs it back into the hydraulic tank. And I believe he has a pressure valve on each auxiliary line, so my inlet and my return. So altogether, I was trying to save a little bit of money, but since I had to add that stuff there and the hoses and the thumb, I'm at like $3,100 altogether just on adding this thumb. The thumb itself cost right around $1,700. The hoses for the thumb, I don't think I got charged for those, but these fittings, that was pretty pricey. All my fittings, I got charged for all those. That was like right around $400. A little bit more, I do believe. And for the hydraulic work that the guy did in here, he added those two pressure relief valves there and there, and he made some little brackets and some hoses that ran back into the tank. That was around $900. So it got pretty pricey. I was not really hoping to spend that much on it, but it's what it costed me. I don't really like this style of thumb, but it's handy. I don't really recommend it. I was wanting to get a main pin thumb that pinned up right here with your bucket, shared that same pin, because as you curl your bucket in and out, your thumb stays, let's see how I can explain this without confusing you guys, but say if this was hitting on my bucket, no matter where I move my bucket, this part of my thumb would hit on my bucket. But right now, say I could curl my bucket out, and my bucket could be here, I could curl my bucket out, and then my bucket would be hitting right here, if that makes any kind of sense to you guys. But I just went with this thumb here because I was trying to stay a little bit cheaper, but it ended up just being almost as expensive. So you guys could probably save a little bit of money if you just got your thumb and put it on and went straight to the like a hydraulic shop and have them do all your hose work down there, putting your pressure relief valves and everything on and doing these hoses here. But I went to the dealership for these hoses, and then for the pressure relief valves and things like that, I took to a hydraulic shop close to me. But I put the thumb on and everything all myself. I welded it up, and I even painted this little backing plate here orange, but it's all kind of scraped up now from renting it out, but that's no big deal. So we'll go ahead and show you guys this thumb here in action, picking up some stuff with it. I'm pretty happy with it. It's nice having a thumb. It sure is handy. I wouldn't want to be without one now. So hopefully this helps me rent it out a little bit, but we'll show you guys a little bit of what it can do here. Alrighty guys, so we got this steel plate right here. It's a small steel plate, but it'll pick us up no problem, but I haven't really picked up a whole lot of steel plates. Let's see how it works grabbing a hold of this plate. I could pick this up without the thumb probably. Let's try without. Well, it's going to slide off this beam, so we'll go ahead and use the thumb. Oh yeah, got it now. Got to try not to bend that. Pretty thin. You guys are wondering what these little Kubota u17s will pick up. I got this beam right here. It's like it's a 1 foot I-beam, and it's, I would say, I don't know, 3/4, maybe an inch, probably an inch thick, and it's like 100 and some pound a foot, and this is like a little bit over 8 foot. So these little Kubota u17s, it'll just barely pick it up over the side, but if I can get swung around, get it over my blade, it'll pick it up. There we go. Got it in close now. There's that beam. Now if I pick my blade up, it'll just about flip me. Let's see if I can grab it from the top. It's standing up like this, maybe using this thumb. Don't know if this thumb's going to be able to handle the pressure or not. Oh yeah. We got it, barely. It's a heavy little beam right there. Try to get it set back down on top of this other beam here. Go ahead and grab our steel plate, put it back on here. There you have it. Well, alright folks, so if there's a couple little videos there of me picking up some of that stuff doesn't make you want a thumb for your mini excavator, then I don't know what will. I think a thumb is a really good investment. It makes it pretty much like twice the machine, because you can just do so much more with a thumb. I mean, you could just pick up brush and just pretty much anything, as you guys seen there a minute ago. But I'm pretty happy with the thumb. It's really working out great. You guys are probably going to spend a fortune on a thumb anyway, it seems like. I was trying to stay a little bit cheaper, so I got this one here. But if you guys are going to get a thumb, I suggest, if you got the extra money, going ahead and getting a thumb that bolts up down here. It shares the same pin with your bucket, your main pin, I guess is what they call it there. Because it'd work out even just a little bit better. I mean, this thumb here is a great thumb, works out good. I'm pretty happy with it. But I think that's going to be it for this video today. If you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. and share it with somebody you may know. And we'd like to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we catch you on the next one.